occasionally I'll have a guest on, and I've got some lined up for the rest of this month after today. I'm really stoked about that. So with me this evening, I have the lovely and talented Josie Valentine.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me. I'm super excited.
I'm going to take it down. I'm like being like super professional right now, and it's going to make me dry mouth, and let's just have a conversation.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm down. I took my half a gummy, so
I know,
I'm ready
right?
to go.
I didn't do that, so no such luck on my end. So I don't know much about you, except for you do a lot of things. And
yeah, I do.
I did mention on one of my podcasts before, it might be easier to say what you don't do. Like it might be quicker because you do so much in the world of creativity, and creators.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what to tell you that I really don't do. I really don't. But that's only been in like the last couple of months, because like before that I worked 2 years at a job as like a creative director and a social media manager, and then that came to an end, and then I've been freelance since May. And the fact that there's nothing that I don't do makes me happy, because I want to do it all.
Yeah.
Like I want to have like a hand in everything that's done, like with the creativity.
Right. Yeah, and I told you, I alluded to this before, but when I met you, it was like 2 events ago. I can't remember. I'm like, that's how I tell time now. That's how I go by the weeks, is like, okay, what week did I go to collab? It's been an amazing experience for me, but going to those events, I'm not sure how long they've been doing them, but we'll talk about them later. I give them too much airtime already.
I know, me too. I love them though.
Well, I there's some stuff. I don't want to give away their secrets, but I know they're a little secret. I get it. I know what you're doing. But yeah, we met, and I told you the very first moment I met you, you kind of like, I wasn't ready for that, because I just walked in and I was like, hey, I'm here. Let me feel the room out. And you turn around and like, hey, you want to come shoot with us? You want to come shoot with my models? And I'm like, whoa, I'm already very introverted as it is. I think I might have told you that. I can't remember. But at any rate, so it kind of like, I was taken aback. I don't get intimidated very easily. But
that's so funny, because I don't feel like I'm an intimidating person. I mean, if you look at me and you know me, I'm not like intimidating.
No. It was not like I thought you were gonna beat me down, because you're very sweet. You've got like a sweet demeanor, but you was just that. So what I kind of got from that, like just from that moment, I thought about it, and especially when we talked about doing this, I was like, she has that stuff. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I'm 46 and I'm still doing what I'm doing, and I'm not doing exactly what I want to be doing, but I'm right where I want to be. So
yeah, no, I do feel like that.
Yeah. So you have the right stuff. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, are you from Jacksonville?
So I was born and raised in Kentucky. I came from like a really small town. I moved to Jacksonville in 2017. I just like lived with my sister, and then got my own apartment, and I had multiple jobs, multiple jobs.
Yeah.
I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do. I mean, I came from a family that my siblings, they all went to college. They got their degrees in something, and they knew what they were going to do by the time that they were like 23, 24.
Yeah.
And I was 22, and I just like lost my 7th job. So I was, trying to figure it out, and I started working at my last job. And I thought I knew what I wanted to do. I was like, okay, I'll just start here and work my way up. And then after 2 years, I was just like really confident in my ability to do anything.
Yeah.
Anything with creativity. Like I like taking the pictures, I like taking the videos, I like the editing process, I like all the details that come together. I like being a creative director, so I like when the project is given to me, and I have based on like my networking, I have like my own little black book of photographers, videographers, models, and just all these connections. And so I love just putting that all in the pot.
Yeah.
And then making something out of that.
How did you build that network that you came to have, that little black book?
So I went to my first networking event, and it was at the Lobby Jacks.
Okay.
I was working for that company at the time, and I was like, well, hey, like there's this networking event, like, let me go and promote the business and see if I can't get some models our way or some creatives that I can work with. Because also at the time, even though I take pictures and I do videos and I'm really good with that, I also like to have like people would reach out and be like, hey, I'm working on my portfolio. Can I come work with you? And I'd be like, absolutely, come work with us. So I went to that first networking event, and honestly, I did the same thing with you that I did with the models there.
Yeah.
It's because I got in and everybody was kind of standing around, and there were models lined up over here, and I
waiting to be directed.
Yeah, and I walked over and I was like, "Are you guys in line?" And they're like, "No, we're just waiting to be told what to do." So I looked at my friend. I was like, "Well, here, hold my phone and hold my wine and hold my lanyard." And I found 2 photographers. I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to work with me? Do you want to shoot with me?" And they were like, "Yeah, okay." I was like, "All right, well, come on, work with me here." So I was like, okay, come in this close, go that far. I said, let me pose. And I did my thing. And then I was like lucky that I just like met all these people. That's where I met Elliot too.
Okay.
I've known Elliot since like the beginning. And
Really?
Elliot's known me since the beginning.
He seems really nice. I like him.
So I really, and then I saw that Collab was having this networking event. And I was like, let me go check it out. And then I know they said at my birthday, John was like, Josie's been with us since the beginning. And he was like, she's only missed one social networking event. He was like, but I'm not like keeping tabs. And I was like,
right.
All right, okay. But I've been to every other one. So,
How often do they do those? Do you know?
Well,
they were kind of vague with me. Like,
it was like I feel like it was
trying to
like
feel
once
it
a
out.
month, and now it's like twice a month.
Okay.
It was on a Tuesday. They've done a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then Thursday. But
Okay.
I mean, they're my favorite. I think it's just like my favorite place to be.
I mean, I'll give you a little bit of my background. So about a year and a half ago, maybe more, I went into business with a friend of mine right down the street here, and it was a freestanding building, and I put a full photography studio in the front of the building, and in the back we had tattoos, which is hilarious because that's exactly. Oh, I just hit your camera. I'm very handsy. It's exactly what they're doing, and that fell through. And it didn't work out, and that's okay. You learn, what not to do. And but I was looking for chairs for this podcast room because I was using literal folding chairs, and it was awful. People hated it, especially me. But so I looked, and they had some stuff, and I went down to Colab. This is how I came to Colab. But I mean, and I met Raymond. I believe, yeah. And I cannot remember the other guy's name to save my life, but there's so many of them. They're all, you never know who's actually running the place.
Oh yeah.
To me, anyways. Maybe you know.
No, I do. I just think they have like a solid team.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid team.
Solid. Like everybody's just there. It's not like a hierarchy.
Yeah.
But and they're like, come in and sit down. I told them about my own business, and they were like, wow, it's so cool, man. And they were just the coolest people, and I was like, I'm not missing this event.
No.
And since I started going, I've made it to every single one. John asked me last week if I would speak, because we were talking about the podcast, and he goes, "Would you speak at an event?" And I was like, "Dude, when I do these podcasts, it's just me by myself. I'm not there. But I thought about it, and I said, if I can't talk in front of like 50 people, how can I expect more than that to listen to my podcast? But anyways, enough about me. Let's get back to you.
Hey, real quick, just before you guys go on another tangent. Well, I mean, it's podcast. That's what we do. 11 minutes in, we got a couple comments from 2 from EBW, Florida. Said, "Oh, she's in HD," and then with a heart sign.
I believe that.
And then we got 2X World.
Okay.
Chris, 2 times Visions.
Yeah.
Yo, what's
Chris.
up? It's
Yeah, it's
Chris.
Chris.
What I miss is what he said.
Chris is he's on my team.
Just shouts out. So
Yeah. See, I don't know who EBW is, but it's all right. Hey, everybody. Let her say hi. Make sure it flips over to her.
yeah, it's all right.
See, that's why I don't like. I usually do all of that stuff, so I'm relying on you, man. You hear that voice activation, you just keep switching it.
I fucked up a little bit so far, but yeah, we'll work it out.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if any
Thank you.
if any swear words come out, it's okay. I can set this to, whatever. Usually on my podcast, I try to keep it clean just because I try to reach as many people as I possibly can, even the youngsters.
Sorry.
Mostly you're okay, Patrick. I can go back and edit that out.
It's funny that you say that because that was like the first 30 seconds I was on Jennifer's podcast and I was like, what are we not allowed to say? She's
Right.
like, you can say whatever your little heart desires.
I for some reason, I thought you might bring her with you. I was like, she might bring.
Oh, she's working tonight,
yeah.
but yeah, we usually are together.
Yeah, you guys are like the dynamic duo. Yeah, I was a little I was a little bummed out that I didn't get photo time with you the other day.
I know.
But everyone else did, and you got some good photos, and that was all that mattered to me. It's funny because there's so many photographers there. We all kind of end up getting the same photos, so it's kind of weird to post them. You're like, I've seen that 10 times. Somebody's going to think that I stole it.
Yeah, no. It's funny because I do get and this is just a shout out to Kris, but these last couple events, by the time I leave collab, by the time I get back to my apartment in Jack's Beach, Kris has already sent me pictures. He's already been like, hey, by the way, this is what I got, sneak peek. And he'll send me like 10 pictures.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, thank you. And then the other day, like he sent me like 12 at midnight. And then I woke up and he sent me more at like 1 a.m. I had like 22 pictures within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So
that's how photographers kind of are. I don't know if you met my friend So Scenic, or his name's Russell.
Yeah.
That dude will stay up till 3, 4 in the morning editing photos, knowing he's got to get up and go to work at 6.
No, he sent me this really cool reel, and I was like, that's like phenomenal work. Like, it was really nice meeting you at the other one. And he was telling me like how his crazy adventures, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, he's had some wild events. He just got back from Miami a while ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've watched his stories, but he's crushing it. He's just killing it. And I've had him on twice. So he's like, since he saw that you and Elliot and Nate are coming on, he's like, dude, when am I coming on? I'm like, bro, there's an open chair for you anytime you want. He's like, that's my dude.
I love that.
He's my Jen.
Oh, he's your Jen.
Or maybe I'm his Jen.
Say less. Yeah. No, Jen is my queen, the light of my life. Yeah.
She's so cool. And not to get on this tangent, because we're here for you, but like I literally listen to all of her podcast episodes.
She's good.
She's very good.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this next one. I'm Jennifer Janeo's brand manager. So
cool.
I'm her manager with everything. So like I book the shoots, I do the mood boards.
Really?
It was really fun. Yeah, it was so fun. So when I did our podcast, at the end of it, we joked. I was like, do you need a brand manager? And she was like, yeah, I do actually. And at the time, I was like, I was way too exhausted by my work, but I didn't realize that I was actually super depressed. And I was stuck in a box with creativity. I was stuck in a box at work, and I wasn't able to like do other stuff.
Right.
So then when that company and I no longer work together, within 24 hours, I texted Jennifer. I was like, hey, do you need a brand manager still by any chance?
I kind of need one. I'm just saying.
Say less. That's how Jennifer and I got started. We talked about it, and then we did it.
Yeah. Somebody told me they had like my style, and I'm like, dude, I wear black all the time. Like, what style do I have? I don't have any. But
you do though.
do
you
I?
do, yeah. You have like your own like little aesthetic, your little aura about you. I think all creative people do.
Yeah.
I think they all have like that unique thing that makes them unique, and sometimes it's speakable, and then sometimes it's not unspeakable.
I made myself look like my Snapchat emoji thing.
Oh, your Bitmoji?
Yeah, that. See how old I am? This is how old I am. I don't know what it's fucking called. I got no clue. Yeah, I had some questions from that podcast that I was going to try not to ask you, and then there were some that it made me think of.
Nate Sowers said 904 Creatives Fire.
904 Creatives Fire.
Oh, yeah,
that's Nate. I don't know. I'm not going to try and do that. I can't try and look at all the comments. I got a guy in the chair. He's reading the comments to us.
He got a guy.
So you said you didn't know what you wanted to do. How did you? Was it just because you were a creative, or you are, not that you were, you know what I mean? Is it because you were a creator and you're like, I want to do something with this, and then that led you to being a brand manager?
Yeah.
Why did I say ambassador? I've been getting a lot of those messages, brand ambassador.
So,
brand
and
ambassador.
the biggest thing is like, it's funny because life is funny that things take time.
Yeah.
But when I was like 20, I made friends with somebody off of Twitter, and they were a musician, but they were in DC. So the reason we found each other on Twitter was because we actually had been at the same concert. We stayed in contact, and he's a musician. And at the time, I was like, I want to do something for you. I want to help you.
Yeah.
I want to manage you. Maybe that's not what it is. But at 20, I researched all these locations in Washington, D.C., because I love that city. I've been there so many times. So I researched all these locations that I wanted to do, and I sent it to him. And then I was like, hey, by the way, I also want to, I want you to style this way and blah, blah, blah. And I flew up there for the weekend, and I did this whole thing. And then when I flew back to Jacksonville, nothing really became of it, but I was also young, and I was doing a lot of different things, and I had different jobs just to pay the bills. So it wasn't like I could focus on that.
Right.
And we stayed friends and everything, and I found a photographer up in DC, so it was that type of thing. And then I didn't ever really do it again. And then at my last job, I worked my way up. I started on the sales floor. I got my way to the back. I was just worked my way up, and then I did the internship, and then I got hired on. And the more that
Sorry, I'm turning my AC back on.
The more that I know it got a little warm, right?
It just turned off. Like, okay, carry on. Sorry.
But yeah, so I just started to do things, and there was like one day that I had an idea for a video, and I filmed it, and then I showed it, and I was like, I can do this. I was like, if you kind of take a chance on me, I think I could do this really well. And she did, and it, it paid off. But after like 2 years, it's like when you work for a company and you don't work for yourself, you have to maintain their image and their mood board and their aesthetic and this and that, and you can only work with
in their parameters.
Yeah, and so it got just like stifling. It got super stifling. Like I felt like felt burnout. Like I felt like I was losing like my creativity. Like I was losing my spark.
Right.
And then I left that job on a Tuesday, and then Thursday morning, Jennifer and I had breakfast, and she's like, "I want this, this, and this to happen. I need you to do this, this, and this for me. And these are our goals." And then that was it.
Yeah.
It's been like history since. So.
Oh, that's awesome. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, I know you're also a model.
Yeah.
That's why I say you do a lot of things. But I gear this podcast, again, to reiterate, mainly towards beginners and intermediate photographers and videographers, people that are getting into the creative world and maybe don't know a lot, and anything I can teach them or anything I know or learn as I go along, I teach them. But something I thought was interesting in my head, it was an interesting thought, was most young, not just young, but most photographers coming up that are just getting started, young and old, they don't really know. What's the matter?
Are you good?
Okay.
Oh, I know. I did the same thing. I was like, what's up?
They don't really know, I don't think they know how to interact with a model. And
yeah, that's where I come in.
Yeah, and that's great that you're there, but not every model has, a Josie.
Yeah.
They just don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're on their own and they don't know what's what. They don't know how to manage a situation. Sometimes, I talk about GWCs. I don't know if you know what that means. That's a term that I use, a guy with camera.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a guy with a camera. It's somebody that's like they go out and get a Canon T7i, and now they got a camera, and they start calling up these people on Instagram that they meet, which is why I'm really, really leery of asking anybody to do a shoot unless I've got something planned or I have a job that I need to do and I need to model. Outside of that, I'm probably not going to bother with it. I'll just continue shooting my thing. But the GWCs of the world are bad. They're bad. Don't be a GWC. They try to get things off the models that, put them in very compromising positions. And that's why, I told you on the way, before you came here, I was like, if you need to bring somebody, bring somebody. Serious. I do that with anytime I'm doing a shoot with somebody, I always tell them, especially if it's going to be like nudity or implied nudity, I'm like, yo, bring a friend. Bring your boyfriend.
No.
Yeah, that can get ugly real quick.
Yeah.
But, bring somebody that's like a lifeline that you can look to, because I know that it happens. I've got 2 daughters, and I would never want them to get into a situation like that. But anyways, to my point.
No, I think the gummy kicked in. I'm just like listening. It's like ASMR to me, so I'm just like, keep talking.
Oh, yeah. You'll be asleep before you know it.
We got Kris from Two Time Vision said, I'd love to be on an episode for sure. I'm going to hit you up right after the pod. And
That's
then So Scenic Photography said, great chat. Hope you both are well.
I'm doing really good,
Thanks,
actually.
Russell. Yeah, she's chilling, man. She's had a few
vibing.
She's like
few
a
milligrams.
pudding into the chair
Some
right
coffee, some water.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna. The coffee is going to counteract.
Oh yeah, I'm a veteran.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah.
I'm not. Long story for another time. But what would you tell a newer photographer how, like, I just thought it would be neat to know what's going on in the mind of the model on the other side of the camera.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where I come in. I think that's like my strongest point actually, and that's like what I'm trying to build right now is because I do all these other things. Like this is something that I'm very passionate about, and I've been passionate about it for years because I did this at other jobs. Like I would do what I'm doing right now just at a higher level. So like I like to be that person because sometimes some models just model. That's just what they do. They come in and they do something, but sometimes that photographer wants them to tweak or move, but they don't want to necessarily move from the position that they're in right now because they don't want to get back to it. So that's where I stand behind the camera and I look and I say, do you like it? No, I want her hair moved. All right. This good? Is this good? Good. And then a fun time that I had was with Elliot. Like he had a mood board. He said, this is our mood board. And he's like, I have this prop.
Explain mood board.
Oh, so yeah, let me explain the mood board.
For the lamers. Well, me.
So it's just like an idea, a look, a feeling, an aesthetic. If you give me like a color, I will make you a mood board off of that.
Huh.
I don't need much to work off of, but I need just a little something. And Elliot had this amazing mood board with like poses and that we were in blazers and like oversized things. And
does he pull things off Pinterest and print them out? Really?
Yeah, no, Pinterest is where it's at. That's where I make all the mood boards, and that's what I had to do for work at my other job too.
Okay.
But he had this old whiskey bottle, and he was like, I want to figure out how to use this. And I was like, oh, I got it. And I had her, lay on her back with her propped up on her elbows, and I had her stick her legs straight up in the air, and I balanced the whiskey bottle on her foot.
Right.
So like that's like also like if you give me that idea as a photographer that I can execute with a model, so you can just focus on doing that. Because being a creative now, you have to be a creative like social media. You know what I mean? Like you've got to have your clips or your post or your cover. You got to have these things to.
I was going to
not
get
stay
into that. So
not stay relevant, but
going in the right
you know what
path.
I mean? Like that takes a lot of creativity out of you because it's like you're not. Sometimes like with businesses and stuff, like you're not really driven by your creativity or your passion, but you're driven by the algorithm.
Right.
The algorithm is telling you have to post 2 or 3 reels a day or
at these times.
At these specific times, not a minute more, not a minute less, and that if you don't, no one's going to see all the hard work that you put into your craft and your art, which I think is so silly. So I really have to like step back and be like, okay, I did a good job on this. I know I did a good job on this. I know I freaking killed this. And if my client likes it, then what more could I do?
Right, you've done your job.
But yeah, no, I think social media. There's something about social media that's just like. It's good and bad in the fact that I feel like it does take away creativity in a sort of sense, but also it's adding more creatives in the mix because now people like me and like another creative from collab, Jalen, like we both have the same idea. Oh my gosh, we could make a new line of work between the photographers and the models. Or something that Jalen and I do really well too is at the collab networks, I take behind the scenes of photographers working with models and I send that content to them because they need that. Yeah. Photographers need content of them working. And I know that's like a niche that like I can fill. So social media is like a 50-50. It's like a really double-edged sword.
Yeah, I can't stand social media. I really hate it.
Yeah.
I made a post the other day, I literally had somebody that was, they were like 13. So like, what do they know, right? Anyways, go grow a pube. Sorry. But seriously though, they were like, yeah, you post like an old man would post. I'm like, I don't know what that means, because to me, old men, they never even touched a computer. They would never post anything on Instagram. I don't know what you're talking about. However, I can post. I post like dad's posts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but the thing is, I was there for the beginning of Instagram, and you've been alive to see the evolution of technology.
The entire,
Yeah.
thing.
So I hate when when you get those little like comments from younger people, like you weren't even alive.
Yeah. You weren't even a tingle in your dad's nutsack.
Do you fucking know what Vine is?
I if we could bring back Vine, I think we could solve a lot of problems.
I think Vine is been taken over by TikTok.
But see, that's where I feel old because I don't know.
Do the TikToks?
I'll do like I can post videos like because I post for Jennifer on her TikTok.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I'm on TikTok. I have a TikTok account, but I think I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed it.
So we'll stay on that vein, but then we'll circle back to the modeling thing because I want to cover some more on that. But what would you how would you direct someone to like for as far as what content to post and what looks good and those type of things? Like if you're someone new and doesn't know exactly what to do, I found a little trick, you know, CapCut.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like,
I didn't know if that face was, I don't know what CapCut is.
CapCut. I have that yearly subscription.
Oh,
like
yeah, same.
I love CapCut.
Yeah, it's a good and Russell So Scenic, he clued me in because he was making these really killer, you know, reels and stuff, and I was like, dude, how the fuck are you doing that, bro? Like I and he was like, dude, it's easy. Boom, done.
Well, and that's why I'm better at TikTok is because like CapCut has like a deal with TikTok, so when you like post that. When you have like the pro version, when you edit your video, you can post to TikTok. So that's the only reason that I like TikTok, and I feel kind of strong with TikTok is because I use CapCut for edits.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, and I've tried so many times, I just can't do the edits on TikTok. Like I'd rather edit the video, put it on TikTok, and then pick the song.
Well, and not to get on that tangent, but we might as well. CapCut has I don't know if you've used the web-based. Yeah, you can do it on your laptop or your computer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me get you guys on that if you're not on it. But CapCut, it's basically a full-fledged video editing program software. But when you get the pro version, and even without it, they still have really cool like transitions and all this crazy stuff that you know, Premiere Pro. If you're editing video in Premiere Pro with from the Adobe Suite, you get limited amounts of you get 3 transitions and you know and everything.
No, I love the freedom you have on CapCut.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can't create.
It doesn't take a ton of bandwidth either because it's all web based. It's not on your computer. It's not like you have to download it. So I love that. That's what I do though. I try like all these new programs. Anything I find, I try it and I beat it like a dead horse, you know, until
I've been using Prequel. I love Prequel for edits on photos, and they do videos too. Ooh, that was really good.
My Tim Allen, you like that?
I love that.
I do impressions.
Home Improvement was my fave. But anyways, so I love Prequel and I love CapCut. My thing for people starting out, I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max. I have been using my iPhone 13 Pro Max and my editing skills and editing apps that I research. That is what I do everything from is from my phone. And I make killer content. Yeah. I make killer videos. I make killer, posts. And I'm very, and they'll tell you, I mean, even at collab, those first couple, I will break my back. I will break my neck to get the right angle that I like. And I'm confident in that. So like, if all you have is your iPhone, that's still an amazing tool, an amazing thing of technology that you have if you want to be creative. You don't need to if you don't have $1,500 or $1,700 to get a professional camera or this or whatever equipment it is that you think you have to have, you don't have to have it. I'm very successful and have been the last 100%. 2.5 years, and I've been known for because before the company that I worked for, I was very known for that company. Anybody that met me out knew that I was a big part of that, and I did everything from my phone. Yeah. So
I do a lot from my phone as well. I mean,
and you can get on Amazon, you can get special film lenses that go over. You can get special equipment. You can get things that are under $30. So if you don't have, just do it. Your creativity is what you have. That's what it is. It doesn't need a monetary value about it.
No, that's something I preach. A good photographer, a good videographer will be able to take a good video or shoot a good video or take a good photo using any kind of equipment. You can put any camera in my, I call it camera math. Even iPhones they all use the same, the basic computing, the algorithms that are inside your phone that make it do what these, DSLRs and these mirrorless cameras do. It's based on the same principles as one of these cameras. It's the exposure triangle, And
You just got to take the time to teach yourself,
Yeah.
research the apps, figure out what your style is, you know, just look at the tool. YouTube, oh my God. Anybody and everybody says YouTube, but just like look up editing videos on YouTube
gross,
for
isn't it?
iPhone. Yeah.
It can get overwhelming. It can be overwhelming with YouTube. It has saved my life numerous times, but yeah.
I spend too much time on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. I get to bed at like 9 o'clock. Well, because I love ASMR videos and I love those.
Is that what you watch?
I do.
What kind of ASMR are you onto right now?
There's a girl that she like buys makeup and then she just reviews it, and I love that.
That's
but,
ASMR.
Yeah, but she like whispers.
Oh,
and,
jeez.
like, does that type of thing. But listen, I've been listening to ASMR since I was 19.
Do you like
and I'm
the
26.
sounds? Like just the sounds? You just like people that talk really low?
I like people that talk really loud.
Okay. I found this guy. He's a leather worker. He makes leather.
Okay, I could get down with that.
Bro. It's so cool. I mean, when he first started out, he had one camera and no microphones, and then of course he got up with, I don't know if you know who Peter McKinnon is. All these guys know. Peter McKinnon. He got up with him, and now he's got freaking GoPros and cameras everywhere, microphones all over the place, and to hear him like shaving the leather and doing all this steaming it.
Yeah, so I can't listen to a man whisper, but if a man is doing something other than whispering, then I can like it. But it scares me at night.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about it that I was like, I'm very comforted by a woman's voice.
But can you listen to a low, nice, soft,
See, that just made
tone?
made the net like.
Is that bad?
That just freaked me out.
Was it good or bad?
Oh, I don't know.
Because sometimes it's good. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. Well, I do like
Hopefully, I didn't blow out anybody's 12-inch speakers in the back of their car.
But yeah, no. That's most of my time is YouTube. It's just like ASMR.
That's cool though.
I love that. That's my favorite.
Everybody's
That's like my
got
thing
their
about
thing.
myself that I'm like.
What, that you like ASMR?
Yeah.
That's your tick?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have a tick? I don't think I have a tick. I probably do. I'm not aware of it.
Nah.
So let's circle back to the modeling thing. I want to get inside your head, not as someone who's kind of doing the production, but like, did you just finish that? Mm-hmm. Is that what you did there? Mm-hmm. I saw that. Anyways.
Wow.
You do you.
I
boo.
felt like it was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time because I'm talking. No, it's good.
We're at 35 minutes.
What's that?
We're at 35 minutes.
Oh, that's nothing. We can talk as long as you want to, by the way. This live will not kick me. It'll just keep going till 1 in the morning. He's got to work tomorrow. So.
No, I'm good.
Say, I got to work in the morning.
Well, usually, like I said, I usually do like an hour and a half. But whatever, if the conversation is going good, we'll just keep it rolling.
Okay.
But inside of the model's head, like, have you ever been on a shoot where you're by yourself, you're with a new photographer maybe you don't know, and, I know you didn't always have short hair.
Yeah.
I saw pictures with long hair. Maybe it was a wig. I don't know.
No. Well, yes and no. Yes,
Okay.
I did have long hair, and yes, I do have wigs that I posted.
Well, let's just say whichever one it is, you have your hair this way and he wants it this way, or wants to move your arm and you're not getting where you're, I said, no, do it like this, and you're still not getting.
Yeah.
And then he comes up to you and touches you. That I've always had a problem with that. I mean, should a new model or should a new photographer, what should, consent, right? I mean, ask first.
I feel like that's like, again, where I'm like, I always go, where I like to be that third person.
Yeah, but you're not you.
Yeah.
And you're just you as a model. Thinking that in terms of that. Because it can be dangerous for both the model and the photographer out there.
No, and I get that. And I think, like, I don't know, I feel like if you get frustrated easily, maybe don't work one-on-one people. But, like, telling somebody to do it, I think every time, like, that I've worked with somebody new, it's been, I've said, hey, and I've done it a million times, I'm a visual person, and I've been the type to be like, I don't really know what you're saying, but if you want to show me how you want it to do it, then I can do that.
Okay, so you give them consent to touch you, like, at that point.
But I think there's a lot of models that still have that old view of being like, okay, like, he's allowed to do that, or, oh, he's the photographer, he's the creator, he's allowed to maybe do that.
Right.
And I'm not saying that's, like, with everybody. Like,
right.
I've never, like, had a bad experience. But with me, I give the consent. Because I want to be in control the entire time if it's just me and that person. Right.
No, I think it's great. And I think that there need to be more people like you doing what you do. Or you just need to be everywhere and
all
with every model that's out there.
I am working on it. That is my goal. I want to be like, the
go-to.
biggest.
Yeah,
I wanna be the
I hope
best.
so too. And then I can say, when I'm walking around pushing my little walker, I had a
You're not that
podcast with her.
old.
I'm pretty old.
No.
I'm pushing 50.
Well, the last guy that I dated was 53, so you're okay.
Okay. All right.
Are you feeling better
It's getting
now?
warm in here. No, it's already
I knew
warm.
I'd make you blush.
Nah,
at some
did
point.
I? I can't tell this
A
pink
little
light
bit.
that's
Oh,
on
yeah,
you.
yeah. No, it's the pink light.
That's all it is.
So,
Anyways,
so Scenic Photography said, "Stop creeping out the guests with that low, sultry voice, old man."
I think he just wants to subscribe to your ASMR channel.
he does. Yeah. Next time you're on, we'll do ASMR together, and we'll see who can go the lowest.
Yeah, that's one I won't tune in for. No, I'm just kidding.
And you can sit on my lap when we do it.
Oh, okay. I will tune
We don't
in.
swing that way, but
Okay.
if we did, it'd be okay.
It'd be okay.
Yeah. So what is what's coming up for you? Like, what you got anything coming up?
Well, so Jennifer, she has her podcast next Wednesday. It's gonna be
You gonna be on it again?
Oh yeah, I'm in the background.
You're in the background.
Yeah, so
Like always?
No, I
Oh.
just started doing that. So
Oh,
she,
okay.
well, her last guest was a comedian, Scott.
I heard
He
that.
was so, oh my gosh,
was a good
he was
episode.
so funny. And Jennifer and I happened to be working that day. Like we had a photo shoot, we had a fitting, we had all these things. We had 4 or 5 things that day. So I went with her. And then after that, I was like, let me sit in on these. Let me watch and help out. And so,
You're gonna be the guy in the chair.
she actually has her board with her
Yeah.
own presets that she'll
I know.
do.
I watched that. I watched her YouTube too,
And she loves that.
So she was doing everything that I was doing. She's got the same thing.
Yeah.
The Roadcaster, all that stuff.
But I'm excited for this episode. We've got 3 girls on there, and there's 3 girls and that I like. I love them. They're so dear. I've met them at the networking events. I always call
I've
them.
met a few of them.
I always call them my girls. They're just my girls because I feel like I'm a manager for all of them
You're,
because I want all of
momming them.
Yeah, I'm Kris. She's on my thing. I love Kris Jenner.
Aw.
I'm the new Kris Jenner.
Okay.
And Jennifer's my Kim Kardashian, I guess you could say. She's my favorite at the moment, but.
At the moment, damn.
At the moment, no, I'm just kidding. my other client is Six Pack Supplements, so I have an individual.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
So yeah, I have an individual, and then I'm the brand manager for that company.
That's cool.
But I want to be a manager for models because I do.
Right.
But I also want to be a manager for other creatives,
Sure.
because I get being a creative and a photographer and a videographer, and then let me worry about posting to your social media.
Right.
Let me worry about the DMs and the responses. You focus on the creative, you focus on your photography.
So you're gonna need a team of people, though. If you have, I mean, because I can tell you right now, if you get a client more than 5 clients and you're doing that, you're gonna fall behind.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I do my own social media, and I suck at it. But luckily, everybody that I've met at Colab, they're just so awesome. And I've not felt this. I keep saying I got to stop doing that. I've felt this camaraderie in that place, and everybody's just so uplifting.
Yeah.
Which is something I love. I do love, like you, I love to help people. Which is also one of the reasons I want to do these podcasts, especially with these interviews. If I can help you even gain 1 follower or, whatever it is, and vice versa. Your followers listen, they're watching, they're listening. I get a little bump. It's nice. Appreciate that. Appreciate the free love.
No,
but
when you get that with Collab too, you go to the events enough that you. Well, that's the thing with the crowd at Collab. Is that all those people? They went to the first networking event, and then they went to the second one. It's just genuine. It's just genuine.
Yeah.
It's such a good time. Even after the speaker was done on Thursday night, she did such an amazing job, and then they got done, and then
I'm about to book her for a podcast in August.
she was a great speaker. She was
Yeah.
really phenomenal. She had a lot to teach, and people asked really good questions. And then when she got done, the whole place sang happy birthday to me. The entire place sang happy birthday
I missed
to me.
that. I missed that. I did miss that. But
I know, because at one point I was looking for you, and then I was like, you know what, it's okay. It's okay.
I had
got
to
it.
go.
It was a lot of people. I get it. I totally
Well, it wasn't even
understand.
that. I have a day job,
Oh, okay.
and I start at 2. 2 a.m.
No, are you serious?
Yeah. So
What do you do?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. I'm so sorry. That's so sad.
We'll talk offline. It is sad. I cry every morning. 2:15, I roll up and tear.
A
But
tear.
yeah, when they do it on a Wednesday, so collab, do your thing on a Wednesday if you want me to speak. Just saying. Not sure how long I'll speak or how good it'll be, but if they want me to, it'll have to be on a Wednesday because I can't stay that late. So yeah, but that's why I had to split. I felt really bad, and I tried to get over to you, but I'm like, it's her night. She's with her people, her girls, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be that asshole that rolls up and like, hey, I'm leaving. Come say bye to me. That's weird.
Oh, no, you could have. It was
It's so
okay. But
weird.
yeah, no, it was a great night. And I was Jennifer and Aaron and Z and everybody. Like it was amazing. It was phenomenal.
You know what else is interesting about that joint because and all the people there, and they're all lovely people. And I met the first time I was there. I met a bunch of people. Second time, awesome people. And this time, I walked up and everybody looks different. Every time they come in.
Yeah.
And I'm already bad with names.
Oh yeah.
I had like 3 people come up and hug me. Jen, you can't miss her.
No.
I mean, she was like pinked out and,
The tall one with the dark hair.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not like height shaming anybody or I'm not a heightist.
But she is a model.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she's beautiful. Everybody there is
She's a
fucking
tall,
beautiful.
yeah.
But, yeah, it was one of those weird things. I was like, who are you? They're like, oh, hey, like they knew me.
But that's my favorite. And Jennifer and I talked about that, and that's one of my favorite things. Is like the first time I went, I thought I was gonna stand out in what I wore. I had a flame print dress and white boots, and then I got there and I was like, oh wow, I actually don't stand out at all. Like people, it's not like just normal people going all out. These are creatives.
Oh, there is no normal people
going
in that
all
place.
out. And every event, the girls are like, you're not trying to outdress anybody. You're just trying to outdress what you wore the last time. And that's what I love because like all of the girls are always super supportive when you're modeling. And then like, but that's the thing is everybody has a different outfit and a different aesthetic. And that's like my favorite
Different
thing
hair,
is like these
different
creatives.
makeup.
Yes. And so I always try to do that too. I always try to outdo myself. I always try to have like a different outfit.
Yeah.
But that's just one of my favorite things.
Well, I get to feeling bad. Like, I think it was Zaire. Is that how you say her name? Zaire?
I don't want to mispronounce it. I don't want to try. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She's like the sweetest girl, and she came up to me and she hugged me. She goes, "Oh, there you are," and she hugged me. I was like, who is this? But like 2 minutes after she walked away, it clicked. I was like, oh, and then I felt,
No, I
the rest of the night, I
can't.
felt like
You've
an
got to
a-hole.
you need to show me like a picture or a name or something. But I don't.
We need
remember.
badges with.
No, well, we had badges, but it takes away when you're trying to
It
model.
does. No, I'm saying we need to get the little lanyards with our pictures on them.
I think
So when
that's-
you can take it off.
Well, we got to get you a dot card. We don't do lanyards anymore.
I got a dot card.
Oh, you got a dot
It's
card? Oh, okay.
It's popple, but that way
okay.
you can just see, and then you're like, hey, like in an office
Well,
building.
and that's what I wore. That's what I wore to the first networking event.
Okay.
I had a hot pink lanyard with like the company's name, and then I got there, nobody. I was like, oh well. And then
Just
I
kidding.
had to take it off when I was like modeling. But other than that, I had it on. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, something I did. I have. Well, the last event, I did see more guys.
Yeah.
In there, which I got a few shots with some of the guys. Obviously, you do take on the fellas too in your production company.
Oh yeah, no, anybody.
Anybody.
Anybody that wants a brand manager and content manager, a model coach.
If you got a breath coming out of your mouth, she'll take.
Well, I'm
you.
like, if you want, like, if you need the help, no, seriously, that's being freelance right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm available to anybody.
Yeah.
But no, I feel like I do work. Oh, I do have one male model named Kameren, and Kameren is freaking phenomenal. Kameren is going to go far. Kameren.
Lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He will be on covers. He'll be on magazine covers.
he's
I just see
supermodel,
it. Like
for sure.
when I met him, we met through a mutual friend before the networking event. I had a photographer come work for the company, and she was taking pictures. She's like, "Hey, Kameren knows you from Instagram, wants to meet you." The first time I met Kameren, I was like, "Can I please be your brand manager?" And he was like, "Absolutely, you can be my brand manager." And then I just try to do my stuff for him, and I try to do my stuff for for Jennifer, but like I would love to take on a male model, but it would be really hard for me not to fall in love. I'm not gonna lie.
Fall in love.
But if they were like a super attractive person, it'd be really hard for me not to like be a brand manager and fall in love.
You can't mix the professional. That's something. I mean, we can talk about it too. Like I've had. Let's just say I've been in photo situations where it's like. Maybe it's like kink BDSM type photos, what have you, and they try things or they want this and that. And I mean, I'm probably because I'm so far the opposite of a GWC.
Yeah.
I like go the complete opposite direction, and it kind of like, I don't know if it makes it more attractive or what.
Maybe.
But I'm just like, I don't mix business and pleasure. I don't do that. If I shoot your photos, we don't play.
So does that mean we play after the photos?
So how do you feel about, I know you and Jen talked a little bit about dating, and I wasn't really going to talk about that, but we can go into that, like it is kind of weird dating people that you work with, and friends and whatnot,
No, I think it's, well, for me, I'm not really dating right now. I am so focused on myself, and I'm so like, good. Well, the thing is, my roommate and I were talking about this, that like, well, dating is hard with creatives because the creative community is big. So if it doesn't work out with somebody, who's to say that they're not going to say something to somebody else? It's a very interlooping type of thing.
Interchangeable loop.
Yeah. So that's just
Inception.
I know. And I mean, the last one, I kissed a male model at the last networking event.
I think I might have saw that on a story.
And then and then a couple networking events before that, I might have gotten close to like a kiss. But so like I've had to work on really not maybe doing that.
Would you say you're impulsive?
I am very impulsive. It was definitely in the moment. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
That's good. Hey, you know what? If you're having fun, a kiss is innocent, and there's nothing wrong with it, I don't think.
And I got great pictures out of it. So.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, it was
because everybody went bananas snapping that, didn't they?
It was so funny because he was trying to find a focal point.
Mm-hmm.
And his friend was like, well, look at her. And then I put my face in front of her, and I was like, look at me. And then he looked at me, and I was like, I'm not going to break away. I'm going to like look at you. And then when we went up there.
And you're not intimidating at all.
I'm realizing that now as I just said that. That maybe it was a little intimidating because like we were face to face.
That's like Conor McGregor. You're like.
I was like, look at me. I was like, I'm not going to break away. And he's like, I'm not going to break away.
Yeah.
And then we got face to face, and I was just like, huh? And he's like, are we? And I was like, well, got nothing to lose, so I guess I am intimidating.
You definitely have a sack on you.
Yeah.
For sure. I
don't see no as a bad thing. I'm not a what if person.
Yeah.
What if that would have happened, or what if I would have said that?
I'm
going to go say it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it, and I'm going to go do it, and then I'll think about it afterwards, but like I'm not a what if person at all.
Yeah, I would say that I'm probably somewhere cut in the middle of that. I lay on both sides of the fence. I'm like, a lot of times I won't do the thing because for whatever reason, a lot of time it's out of respect or self-imposed respect on other people. Because I as a father, my daughters are probably your age.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that probably, most likely.
Well, he's married to the one,
Oh, fun.
But at any rate, so I think about that. I'm like, don't be creepy, dude. Like, my biggest fear in life is being known as creepy. So I'm like, I try to be anti-creepy.
I've never had that experience in Jacksonville, though.
But when you try to be anti-creepy, you kind of come off as creepy because you're like on the wall. And I don't know. I don't know how to battle that.
I mean, you're doing great. Well, and that's why and it's so funny. That's why I walked up to you because at the event
lost.
At the event, you looked shy, and that's why. But I had like the last event I wasn't at, but I saw that you had posted and like collab had posted you, so that's why I was like, oh, that's that guy. So I was like, let me put the like name to the face. But yeah, I'm very fortunate. I've never had that experience in the last like 3 years working with different photographers. I've never had that experience meeting anybody at Collab Cafe, really. Like every photographer that's male like has never been creepy.
That's great.
You're doing great.
Thank you. Don't be creepy, guys. Be like Jim.
Yeah. Well, don't be.
Don't be like me.
Well, don't be. I mean, if you hire me and you're creepy, like there's a ring on this hand. So.
Yeah. Is that for slapping or is that for wed? I mean, what are we doing?
It's actually like pretty rough.
Okay.
But also like I get my nails done. But
I was gonna say if it's for wed, it's on the wrong finger.
Oh
but,
gosh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
We have so much time before that. I'm
Yeah.
a child bride. Don't put
Yeah.
that
Why
on me.
would you love someone enough to get the government involved? You know what I mean? It's just so weird. I mean, I did it. I was there for 21 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Fairy
God,
tale.
That gives me like anxiety for you.
No, I'm great now.
Okay,
You
good,
know?
good.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
That's like the harsh, like that's like the like. It took me a couple of months to be like, okay, I'm gonna get a kitten.
I'm gonna get a kitten.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna get it. And then like now, you know, like
Now you have a baby.
now I have a 5-year-old.
Yeah, you don't need anything else, right?
No, I don't need anything
Just
else.
don't go beyond 5
5 what?
cats.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, I think
She's
when
an
you-
only child.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Who did your artwork? Shout 'em out. Come
I
on.
know.
You forgot.
It's just the gummy. It's Corey Stipples.
Okay, good.
Mr. Stipples on Instagram. He's done probably 15 tattoos on me.
Awesome.
He's done a lot of my tattoos on me.
Very good.
I don't see
And-
enough models with tattoos.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that. Was that on your?
Yeah, that was
on
with
the
Jennifer,
podcast? Okay,
yeah.
Which is true, and I do. I would love to see that as well. I mean,
Yeah.
you can if you're on Instagram and you're like looking up what is it, Suicide Girls? They got millions of tattoos on them.
Yeah.
You know, they're basically covered from head to toe, which is I think it's great. I love tattoos.
No, Jennifer just got a new tattoo on her arm. She
Mm-hmm.
got like I don't know if it was a panther or a jaguar, but she has an amazing.
Did she have it when?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was on her right arm.
I don't stare, so I might have missed it.
Oh, I stare. I stare.
Oh shit.
Intimidating.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I realized any of these things
I
are
should have kept
intimidating.
notes, man, because I got some wrap. When we wrap this up and I do the, you know.
Am I intimidating or is that a masculine energy?
It's probably that we're just, you know, pussies.
Oh, okay, that too. I mean, I didn't want to say it, but
I'll say it for you.
okay.
I did have some. Let's see, what do I got here?
Give me a question. The other half of the gummy is kicked in. I'm ready to go.
Generally speaking, we already talked about that. Well, you kind of touched on what's changed since your podcast with Jen.
Oh my God, a lot.
You know, the job you had that you were like gushing over is gone. That you're out of there now.
I did that podcast, and 7 days later,
Nothing.
just
Severed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty
Was
wild.
it because of the podcast?
It was not because of the podcast.
Because if I was an employer and I heard you on that podcast, I'd have been like, "You getting a raise," you know? Because
Yeah, I wish that would have happened.
Yeah, you went ham. I mean,
Yeah.
I could really feel the love. And you text me and told me that what you just said. Like I was just no.
Yeah. It was so. It's funny now because like I went to work and when I got home from work, I had a therapy session.
Mm-hmm.
Therapy ended at 4 p.m. I got a lovely text at 4:07 p.m. And then while I'm crying, FaceTiming my mom, I texted Jennifer at 5:30 and I was like, "Hey, do you need a brand manager?" I'm like, oh. So it was super shitty that it happened. It was incredibly horrible the way that it ended.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not be as happy or as passionate or as driven as I am right now in this very moment. Like I know who I am. I know what I want and I know where I'm going. And I figured I've answered those questions in the last 2 months and that wouldn't have happened had that not. I would have stayed complacent in my job.
Yeah.
I would have stayed complacent because that's what I thought I deserved and that's what I thought I was good at. So for
Which is what a lot of people do.
yeah. And so I had said that in therapy, like I want to do this, this, and this, but I think I might do that 3 months, maybe 4 or 5 months from now. I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was super bad how it ended. You know, I got like go through a text message, but had that not had happened, I wouldn't
be there.
I wouldn't be doing this. So
Right.
I'm at the point now that I'm like resolved with the issue.
Well, they say that nothing good comes without adversity. Like we can't progress if we don't have adversity in our lives. You know, if we don't fall down, you can't get up and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah, but so yeah, adversity for you was losing that job, but you also gained who you are now.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah,
Everything
and I
happens
feel
for a
so
reason.
confident.
Do you believe that?
Yeah.
Do you believe everything happens for a reason?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I only believe that in the fact that like when I was 20, I did what a creative director would have done. I did a whole shoot. I picked, and I did all those things. That's what I do now. So I look back and I'm like, I knew it, but I couldn't figure out what it was, and I couldn't figure out what it was said or how I was supposed to start. So I just, kind of trusted life, and then eventually, like, I'm here. So.
Okay, we're good. I was just checking the time.
Okay.
No, that's fantastic. What does someone have to do to retain your services? Where,
oh my God, reach out to me on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Is that where you do most of your business?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
I do everything.
Do you have a website?
Oh no, I should have a website.
Drop your ad.
We're working. Right now, we're working on Jennifer's website.
Right.
We've got a. Let me shout out for Jen really quick.
Do it.
Because I'm her brand manager. So, Jennifer is gonna have a line of merch for men and women and unisex. We just have to finalize like our designs and our colors. And while we're doing that, we're working on building her website. That way we can sell it from there.
Right.
And then, she's a bikini model. So Jen's been known as a bikini model. And since working with Jen, I want to get her in his studio time. And that was what our big shoot was about, was to give her more of a editorial look.
Right.
So we're really excited to like have that happen. Her episode is next Wednesday, and I'm super excited about that. 6-pack supplements. The Dexter Classic is July 22nd, and that is where 6-pack supplements will be premiering our commercial.
Oh, you made a commercial.
It was super exciting. I did
You
it.
directed it or shot it or you did everything?
I directed it.
Okay.
I reached out to some bodybuilders, some local people that I knew. It was a guy and 2 girls, and then Tucker Jones was the videographer.
Okay.
I've worked with him several times. He's a great videographer. But yeah, no, I directed the whole commercial, so I'm super excited. So it's going to premiere.
Have you seen the finished product yet?
We have to reshoot some scenes tomorrow, but our final cut will come out on Monday.
Have you seen your rough cut?
Oh yeah.
You love it?
Oh yeah.
That's fantastic.
No, I loved it because I picked the song too, and I was very specific. I said, Model A, you'll do 3 sets, 4 workouts, whatever. You're gonna do body, or you're gonna do back, you're gonna do arms, you're gonna do legs. Tucker, when I want my first shot to look like this, I want the last shot to look like this. Can you do this, this, and this, blah, blah, blah. I did that, and then Tucker just like brings it to life.
Yeah, isn't it amazing?
So I'm so excited because that's the first thing that I've ever done. And then after it premieres at the competition, we're gonna put it into like some commercials here locally in Jacksonville.
Are you gonna put them? Where are you gonna put them at? Like, are you gonna put them on the TV or like on
I
YouTube?
don't really
like,
know.
Nobody really watches TV anymore.
My boss says he wants to do some local markets, so maybe
movie theaters,
maybe TV, maybe I don't really know because like
when's the last time you went to a movie? You know they have.
I've
the
been
ads
to the movie like 6 times this year.
You know they have the ads in the beginning.
No, that would be good. Yeah, no, I'll have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like this whole plan of what we're gonna do like locally, and I was like, all right, I'll just make the commercial.
I thought about just making goofy, like just silly video with myself, like talking to myself or something, and just paying for it and having it up there and doing a different one each month, just to be silly. You know, because I'm goofy like that. I just don't know if I want to spend the money.
That's true too. I don't know what the money would be like. I'm learning that with like marketing and stuff. Like,
yeah,
especially like with individuals and brands. But
yeah, but it's the cost of doing business, right?
Yeah, and I'm really good at my job. So if you need a brand manager, you can find me on Instagram.
You have good,
people.
reasonable rates.
Yeah, I believe so, but I
don't give it away here.
No.
They're gonna have to hunt for that.
I'm a hard worker.
Yeah.
And the thing about me is that I'm passionate. I'm so passionate. Like morning, noon, and night, I think about how I can be better, and like my clients can be better, and what can I do more, and what can be different. So like, yeah, I'm going to the top, and I know that.
Right.
I just want my team, and I'm already like building a team, but I want to like take that.
Do you have like a whiteboard with all your goals?
Yes,
and shit?
I do have a whiteboard.
Good. I have one
That's
too.
so
It's just
funny.
in my shed.
No, I have like a little mini whiteboard that I do like my to-do list, and these are my goals, and and I have like an agenda and a binder. I have a note. I'm
very
always
put together.
I have a notes app. Jennifer and I share a notes app, so if like we're talking about something, I'm like, write that down.
Mm-hmm. This is why, back in the 50s when everything was super sexist, but it's why men had to have secretaries when they needed to be women, because women, to me, are most women are more put together. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. I mean, if it wasn't for her, I'd probably never find my right shoe, but yeah, it's just, I've never been put together. So we might be sitting down talking.
I mean, hey, that's what happened with Jennifer. It's funny. The first time Jennifer, I texted her, I was like, well, send me your list of like what you do right now. She sent me this long list, and I was like, you've been doing this by yourself?
Like, how do you get anything that you need to be doing done?
Yeah, and she was like, girl, that's why I need you so bad. And I was like, yeah. And so, like, yeah, no, I mean, her numbers on Instagram are, like, pretty good right now. Her growth is amazing. But
what do you feel? How do you
measure it?
Well, I was just going to add, and this is another, he, her pronoun question. But like males versus females, unless you're a guy with a really exceptional niche, if you're sitting next to, someone like that looks like you or Jen, like they're just fucked. I mean, straight up,
Yeah.
How do you combat that if you get a male client? How are you gonna make him stand out? And I don't want to give you. I'm really just digging for secrets so I can use them.
Angles. I'm good with angles, and I'm good with a storyline. I like building a storyline. It's not in an egotistical way. There's nothing I can't do, and there's no one that I can't help.
Yeah.
But also, I'll recognize if something can't be done. I've had a client before that like. We tried, and we tried different ways, and this and that. It just didn't work out. Yeah, it just didn't work out. No animosity. Mm-hmm. I wasn't the right fit for you, and you weren't the right fit for me, and that's okay. So I'm very apt to be like, okay, I can do this, and this for you, but let's be realistic. And if I don't think I can do it, I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, well, that's good. No, that's.
And if you don't have the budget, I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah. When you meet somebody, like even if it's not as a client, but do you just start sizing them up, like thinking about like how, like what, like just seeing their like, this is the way I want their clothing to look, this is the way I want their shots to look?
That kind of depends. So
I do that.
So like with people that I think that I can be a good manager for, in my head I'm like, I know what I can take from you that I can like zoom in and make, I don't know, like personable, like likable, make a storyline, make something that people are attached to. I love dressing people up, so I love that process, but I like that with photo shoots. So like, so like with Jennifer,
she's like your Barbie doll.
Yes, she is. Which is so funny because like we both have like we have a different style, a different aesthetic, but when it comes to photo shoots, she lets me dress her up. But she has a great style too, and it's funny because like the new cover of her podcast is this black dress and then a dress that I had, and at last minute I was like, hey, put my dress underneath your dress, and then boom, like that was the killer shot. I like all the new
graphics and all of those things, like the slides that you made for Instagram. I mean, here I am. I just take a photo and throw some letters on it.
Oh, my post today, with the slides.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I did that this morning.
Very nice. No, I see. That's another difference. That's it's that a little bit extra, that I don't have that. And not to say that I want that, because again, I have my own style, and I kind of like, I would want someone to come in and look at the way I shoot and the way that I am and how I operate and really try and build something around that. Yeah. But I mean, what's funny is like, I do that with people, but as a photographer, I start looking and going, like, start thinking, I'm already thinking of locations and poses and times of day and shutter speed, f-stop, all the things, aperture. I have, that's my mind. Yeah. I love the numbers, like when I
love analytics.
Yeah. Well, I like the camera numbers is what I mean. I don't like math, but I'll do camera math all day. Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things. When I first walked into colab, I'm like, I knew immediately what my settings needed to be in my camera, but I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, I do that, and I did that with you. I did that with a lot of you. Sorry, I started thinking about how I could shoot you, and That's always so weird.
No, I know, because even when I'm saying it in my phone, I'll be like, hey, even today I was
You
like,
have to put the camera emoji.
yeah, I was like, hey, can we meet tomorrow morning so I can get some extra like shots of you? Or I was like, hey, I need Tucker to shoot you tomorrow morning. That was what it was. I need Tucker to shoot you tomorrow morning. And I was like,
That's not coming out right.
Just look at the flowers.
That's from The Walking Dead, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Oh
it.
my gosh. Yay. Oh, look at that. That was like ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, it finally clicked.
I
but
love The Walking Dead, yeah.
I did until they
I did until like season 3. I'm
till
not
they
going to lie to
killed
you.
off
Maybe
Coral.
4.
And I was-
I think about 80%
say it
of
like
the
cool.
Walking Dead like viewership fell after they killed
Rick?
what's his name, the Asian guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Glenn?
Glenn.
No, yeah, Glenn.
Glenn.
Yeah. Yeah, they lost about 80% of
It wasn't
viewership.
just the way it wasn't just that they killed him, it was the way they did it. But I mean, I know it was very comic book accurate.
Do you want to know a fun fact about The Walking Dead?
Sure.
Okay, so if you
You're
buy
related to someone on The Walking Dead.
close.
Okay.
Okay, so if you buy like the very first comic book,
Mm-hmm.
in the front there's a map of the town. The author and the artist are both from my hometown.
Oh, cool.
And we have a Walking Dead festival, or they did. I don't know if they still have anymore, but when you open the map, it's the map of Cynthiana, Kentucky.
Cool. I know they have like one of the seasons, the town that they use is in, I think it's in Gatlinburg, isn't it?
Ohio.
I know. Anyways.
That was just my fun fact, that they're
Oh,
from my
okay.
hometown. Yeah,
yeah,
that's all I got.
I lost touch with that show.
Yeah, they do it all over, like South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, like anywhere where they can get some good road shots and zombies in it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, which is great.
Thanks for that.
I love that.
Little tidbit. Yeah, Walking Dead, zombies.
Shooting.
Yeah, you were going off how you just have like this preemptive notion on how to shoot
That's
people.
right. That's right. So,
Not shoot people, but
yeah, so maybe
take
one
photos.
day I could take the producer and we can go do some shooting.
Yeah.
You know, that's another something that I struggled with. I don't really struggle with it anymore because if I want to shoot with somebody, I'll ask them, and if they, if they charge money or if they do TFP, trade for pics. Not everybody knows that.
I didn't know that either. Sorry. I was very
Yeah, because a lot of
confused.
models that I've met will do TFP. They'll do that because
They want the
they get
content.
portfolio photos. You get portfolio photos. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
And they get the experience. Both parties get the experience of working on location or what have you. But yeah, I've got a couple of locations that are super secret. Well, one of them is super secret. I posted about it the other day. It's like a little. Very close by. It's a natural spring.
Ooh.
And it's very, very close to here.
Nice.
And not many people know about it. And
I
you
love that.
Yeah, you have to have, you got to know somebody that knows somebody to get into that place. But it's very close. It used to be an actual watering hole for the railroad, it's right near the railroad tracks. And I just gave it away. Well, you don't know exactly where it's at, though.
I'm like, you just keep going
I
into
know.
detail about where this
But it
location
used to,
is.
they would actually stop their train, get off, and they would go drink the water and get their whatever if they're carrying horses or whatever. This is long, long ago, but
You've got like nice like springs, and I'm like, I know like good places at the beaches.
yeah. But this is very secluded, so if anybody wants to shoot there, I can take them, and it would just be pretty much us,
that.
So it's fun. It's really good. But yeah, outside of that, I thank you for coming on the show. If there's anything any more people that you want to shout out or any other information that you want to give to the folks that are listening out there, probably now is the right time to
That's
do
the
it.
right time.
Yeah.
Well, I think I did all my stuff for Jen and for Six Pack. Right now, I'm just accepting new clients. I'm looking to take on 1 to 2 more, whether you're an individual or a business. I'm a creative director. I'm a content manager. I'm a brand manager. I do it all. And I'm constantly having business deals in my head. And I have a little black book of really cool people. So
You want to get into the black book.
you want to get into my black book so
Yeah.
you can make the connection.
I'm in a lot of
So,
black books, and they're not all good to be
yeah.
in.
And I mean, I'm building a team right now. It's in my bio on Instagram, but it's Valentine Brand Management.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm building that. So get on the train now.
Okay.
Get on
So
the train
is
now.
is that who I messaged or tagged the first time I tagged you?
I
Or
don't know
tried
who
to-
you tagged.
Right on. Neither do I.
I don't know who you tagged.
Probably because you had said, I'm a brand manager, and I saw that it was a brand management company.
Yeah.
And I put 2 and 2 together. There was pictures of you.
Well, I'm Joe Valentino 3.0.
Right, which I know now. I got it. I'm
but
good.
back literally like right before I lost my job, my Instagram name for the longest time was Joe the Ho 3.0.
Oh yeah, that's probably not good for business.
No, when I became freelance, well, it was funny. There's somebody
it could be.
There's like somebody that I follow on Instagram, and they were having a live, and like I like paid like a banner like 99 cents or something.
Yeah.
But they couldn't say my username. They're like, oh, thank you,
Joe. Something
thank
or
you,
other.
Joe. And then I was like, okay, if they can't say it on an Instagram live, I probably don't want people searching Joe the Ho.
Right.
So I had to grow
Interesting.
up. I had to retire her. She's still there. She said to retire her Instagram name.
Yeah, I used to work in a professional field, and I was applying for another position within that, and I was in the corporate offices and everything. I was in there with my whatever supervisor. I can't remember. It's been so long. I've lived lifetimes. You understand? But I had to do that. I had my very first email address that I ever made, and no, it wasn't an AOL, but it was a Hotmail, and it was Spider Mullis at Hotmail. I still have it. Spider_Mullis at hotmail.com. It's SPYDER. But that was their one critique of me. They said, well, you spoke very well. And, he spoke.
But your email's stupid.
Yeah, you have a child's email. I'm like, what does that even mean? Can you reach me? Can you
like
get the message to me?
Yeah, how did that take away from anything that I just said?
Yeah, so now I've got like 10 different email addresses that I run all of them.
I have like 3 different Gmails. I have 2 different Yahoos.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Somebody told me I was old for having a Yahoo like email.
No. If you have an AOL account,
yeah.
And Russell, I know you got that AOL account, bro. You don't know what AIM is.
Do they still exist?
Oh, you can still use it, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, MySpace.
Wow. What
My
a time.
top-
What a time to still be alive.
Right? It's just funny that a lot of the stuff that I grew up with is now retro.
Yeah.
I'm retro. Like, I'm retro. Like, I'm a classic.
Yeah.
What do you call like?
You're vintage.
Yes, thank you. I'm vintage.
I think vintage too old. I think you're retro.
I'll take vintage. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm like that record you buy at a store that it's really cool. It probably sounds really good, but if you put a needle to it, it's gonna just crumble. That's me. The wind blows the right way, my body just folds.
That's how I'm gonna feel once I get home from this gummy.
You think?
Yeah.
Are you good to?
Oh yeah, no, I'm having a grand old
It's
time.
a sativa. It's a sativa, so it's
I'm meeting somebody in what's over here? Green Cove Springs.
Oh, my favorite place to shoot.
Oh.
I go there. I might go there tomorrow. I try to go. I'll do like a sunrise there because it's so close.
Nice.
Yeah. I just like to go out by myself and just shoot. We
got to find a new word for shooting. We've got to find it. We've got to figure something
snapping.
else.
With all no.
When you got Snapchat.
No.
Fuck.
Well, we can go real. We can go like film days, and I'm out exposing film.
Film. I feel
I'm
like
capturing frames.
Film.
I feel like I need a sweater buttoned all the way up, and I already got the glasses. Just.
What are you making
I'm
a
out
documentary?
Capturing frames.
Of the geese at the pond.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
This has been the best time.
If you're shooting film just to be a hipster, you don't need to do that, man. I'm just saying. I can make the same look happen with my digital camera. They're going to digitize your film.
I can do the same thing with an iPhone, so.
Exactly. I just don't understand. There's these hipsters out there. I met a lady the other day that she shoots weddings with film cameras.
Well, I can get a disposable camera.
Well, it's not even like they have film cameras that look like these.
Yeah.
They're digital film cameras. This is and I have one. It's a Canon AE1 or whatever, but it's literally like an old school like metal camera that.
Oh wow!
But she was shooting weddings with that. I'm like.
I feel like that's a lot of film.
I feel like you don't know what you got.
I feel like you gotta get the shutter. You gotta.
If you don't, yeah. I mean, during those events, I straight motor drive. I don't know if anybody's walked behind me when I'm shooting. If you see my arm up like this, and I'm not really looking at the LCD screen, I'm just holding. I got it on high, and it's, just whatever 20, 30 frames per second, just hoping I got at least one frame out of it.
Have you met Jalen Hall?
Probably.
Yeah, you probably have met him. He's young. He has his own little niche. He does behind the scenes. But
I do a lot of that.
Yeah, but he does the same thing. He has his camera up, and it doesn't even matter. Like Jalen gets those shots like crazy.
Yeah, I like the more environmental shots. I got to do better at catching people's names and Instagrams and stuff after I've done some photos of them, because I want to give it to them. I think her name is Gabby.
No idea.
Anyways, she was at one of them, and I took a lot of photos of her. But she came up to me and said, "Well, you should take pictures of me taking pictures of someone else." I said, "Of course I will. You didn't even have to ask. I'm already going to do it." My God. So I did that, and she was just over the moon about it. So I was, that kind of stuff makes me happy.
Yeah. No, and I feel like that way too, because I see how, and I've done that for like probably 4 photographers now who like man, I didn't. Like, I got content, but I didn't get any content of, like, me getting the content. What am I going to post now? And I'll be like, hey, don't even worry. I took 8 videos from these angles. I took these pictures. So I like every other event at Colab, like, I'll try to model at one. I'm always managing Jen, no matter where she's at. If you're having a conversation with me and Jen's taking pictures, I go, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I gotta go. But other than that, like, I will try to do like those where I just find the different photographers.
Make sure I'm the one talking to Jen.
Yes. But I did that after you left, I did that so many times. People will be talking to me and I'd be like, oh, Jen's taking pictures. I gotta go by because I've got to get that content.
Well, I'm gonna say something now, and everybody that's watching, it's gonna come back and bite me in the ass. But I have yet to see myself in any videos or photos, which is perfectly the way I like it. I want to be like a ninja. I don't want to be seen. I want to be
in every little corner. Like, have you seen the blonde girls in every picture?
You are. No, I think but that's what I want. I want to capture everyone else doing their thing. I don't, when I'm standing in a corner by a tree, there's really not much to look at. So don't take pictures of me, you know. But I mean, I don't know if I got a fly black shirt on that night, maybe. Yeah, but what's up?
Your boy from Scenic Photography said, have the Collab Cafe use a general hashtag where everyone can go to find their shots.
They might actually have that.
They might.
Yeah, or you could use like a Dropbox or something.
I haven't either.
There's actually a collab creators community.
Is it like a Facebook page?
It's a Facebook page and an Instagram group.
I might have joined. I can't remember. I hate groups.
That's funny that you mentioned
Online
that.
groups.
They just did that in the Instagram community. They were like, hey, here is the drive. Everybody upload their individual albums if you want, so that we are able.
Oh, they had a Google Drive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, so they just did that.
I've had a lot of people asking me for their photo, and I do have a lot of photos of a lot of people, but I'm just like, I'm kind of reluctant a little bit to give them, because I know they've gotten a dozen other ones that look just like it, because I shoot over people's shoulders.
Yeah, but everybody's so different. No, because I've had that experience. Like
different editing styles.
Yeah, everybody's lighting is different. Everybody has a unique way of capturing that. Because like even though I wore pink, like, and I might have done like the same. I kind of did this. I was a little bit drunk that night, but Jennifer was like, "Do you want to drink?"
You were working when I left.
Was I really?
You were up there. No. Put your hand here. No, pull your hair back. You were getting it.
Okay.
So
I guess
I was just like,
good.
why are you doing that on your birthday? Why?
Cause I love it.
I know.
I love it.
I know, but damn,
I couldn't help it.
Off,
but I
girl.
was like, I know. There's no days off for me, because it's just something that like drives me. But I was doing like similar poses, and like I had probably 4 people reach out to me with photos. They're all completely different.
Yeah.
It really is like creative, like people, like nobody really is the same, and I really love and appreciate that community so much.
Yeah, I'm really happy I found them. I did on one of my podcasts I did by myself. I think I said it was my tribe from now on. That's the way I'm going to look at it, and John and Ray and the rest of the guys, they've like I'm not a hugger. I'm not. But like when I go up there, them dudes, like, I walk up and they're like, "What's up, man?" And they come and hug me, and I'm like, and as awkward as I am, it still makes me feel really good.
Yeah.
That they care enough. And if I'm off standing by myself, they'll come and talk to me. It's like, It's like it is like
no,
a family.
and I mean that's what made me so so emotional the other night was like John was like, Josie's been to every single one except for one. I'm like, wow, you remember the one that I didn't come to?
Yeah,
and
because he was probably looking for you.
Yeah, right. But they're so nice, and I love that. I think they're better at remembering people because like when people walk in the door, they're like, hey, blah blah blah, hey so and so, how are you doing today? Like, how's your day? Like
if you want to get into that, I'm gonna tell you, those guys, they're not only really good guys.
Yeah.
And I told John this the other night. I said, I figured out your damn formula. I got it. So let's have a building. I don't know if I want to tell it. Let's see if I can wait. I'll wait.
Okay.
It's just
a smart idea.
So easy. You know what I was going to say. You know what it is.
The location?
Well, it's just people. I'm going to say it. People are paying them to do their advertising for them.
Yeah.
They're getting paid to do nothing.
Yeah.
Except be awesome.
but like good on them though, because you have a studio.
Super smart.
You have an infinity white wall that can be separated into 3 sections.
Yeah.
You rent out desks to other creatives, and you have a bar.
Yeah.
You have a bar.
And tattoos in the back.
My boss at Six Pack was like, "Why didn't we think of that first?" And I was like, "I don't know why nobody didn't think of that first, but it's something that the creative community needed, and it's something that the community in Riverside and downtown needed."
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful.
I feel like if we had done that down in Riverside, probably would have been a different story. But Orange Park, Middleburg is not the real place for. If you're a creative, you're in Orange Park, Middleburg. Much love, because I'm out here. I'm just saying, but it's really not the best place for a studio like that. I mean, there's other photographer studios right down here. There's 3 all on 220, and but they're just portrait studios, you know, and that's not exactly what I did. I had the biggest room in the place. Of course, it was mine. I didn't have an infinity white wall, but I had my roll down, 10-foot wide, backdrops. Plus, we had the back area was just natural backdrops. If they wanted to use the tattoo chairs, they wanted to go in the tattoo studio, I kicked those motherfuckers out, whatever, but we had the run of the place, you know, so it was just like, there's so much you could do. And, I didn't market it right. I didn't do the right thing. I didn't have the events, I guarantee you, if I would have done the events like they did and had people come in and pay me so they could do my own advertising for me. Because you think about it, there's 70, 80 people in there.
Yeah.
They're all going to tag Colab Cafe. They're going to...
Well, because these are the hottest events now.
Yeah.
These are get your ticket to this.
For sure. I mean, I find myself talking about it on every stinking podcast now that I do.
Yeah.
The last one I just did, at the last, 3 minutes of the podcast, I got to go get my hair cut and get cleaned up so I can go to Colab Cafe. It's only $10 online if you go to Eventbrite. It's $15 at the door. I'm doing it right now.
Well, it was funny because their first networking event, they didn't charge anybody.
Right.
And
you have to kind of do that.
That shit got shoulder to shoulder. It got real tight, real quick, real hot. It was very massive paparazzi style.
Right.
So they learned their lesson, and good on you for...
Well, that was a really good turnout, though.
Yeah, but good on you to be like, you know what? This is kind of good. Let's charge people. And then now people are like, everybody wants to go. Super smart people. Oh, and it's a great...
Hang around those people. You'll learn a lot. I guarantee you.
My roommate, the first time I took her, she was more used to going out to the beach bars and having that social life. And then the first time I took her to Collab Cafe, she was like, oh my God, these people are amazing. This environment's so much better. I'd rather come out to Collab and get 2 drinks and meet all these people than spend more money on more alcohol and be around other people. So, no.
I mean, it's a night out. It's an experience. You can drink a little bit.
Loosen up and model.
But you're doing the thing you love.
Yeah.
It's just a
network.
I've met more people than I could shake a stick at, it's just, for me, I don't care about Instagram followers. I don't care about likes. I don't care about none of that shit. I like to create, even if it's a 10-second reel, I don't care. I like to do it. If people like it and they want to share it, or if they want me to send it, I'll give you anything you want. You know? Unless you hire me I don't want money. You know, if you specifically hire me to do a job, okay, there's going to be money involved. But outside of that, if I do stuff, I'm out there. I'm doing it. I'm going to give you everything I got. I don't care. You know?
No. So. I do care about money, actually. No.
No, yeah. Well, that's...
no, I'm just kidding.
You know, unfortunately, fortunately, I mean, I still have a day job. So it pays the bills so I can do the fun stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And have the fun. Now, if you know, what happened to you happens to me, it might be the kick in the pants that I need to just go full force with this thing.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
I need a place to stay. I lost everything. No, I'm just...
Well, that was me to my parents, actually. I was like, hey, you guys.
No, if that happens, I'm selling this house. I'm selling my car. I'm keeping my motorcycle.
Keep the dogs. Oh, I was like, no, don't say that.
Joking. No, I'll buy a freaking RV and I'm going to park it in the back of Colab Cafe.
I was getting ready to say the back of Colab Cafe.
I bet you they'd let me do it.
They're on site.
I bet you they'd let me do it.
I mean, yeah.
I'd be in there all day with my dogs walking around.
All right, we just need to manifest. We'll manifest. Listen,
Don't manifest that though. That's not where I want.
No, we'll manifest investing. We'll invest in Colab.
Sure.
We'll join the team. We're gonna join the team.
Yeah, I definitely. Ray asked me if I wanted to, you know, to get free studio time, I could, you know, man the door for some events, and I was like, you know, yeah, I haven't given him an answer yet, but I don't see any reason why not to, especially if I can get free studio time. I don't really need it right now, but
it's nice to have it though.
Nice to have it. Yeah, I can bank it, and that way, if I need it, it's there. But yeah, I've really been blessed to know these guys and to meet all of you. I'm super stoked. And I look forward now. I'm looking super forward to Elliot and Nate and
I'm really excited for Elliot and Nate
Russell
to come on.
And what was her name? Amanda, the speaker from the last time.
Amanda?
Oh, shit, I don't want to say her name wrong.
I know. Oh my gosh, I was the one that said it.
Yeah.
Too. I don't know. I'd have to. That's the thing though. Is like I got to see her face. I got to put like I can't just bring things back from memory. Right. There's no memory.
Right. Well, I do appreciate you coming on, and Valentino?
Josie Valentine.
Well, I know that's your name, but I'm talking about your Instagram handle.
I was like, yeah,
Joe Valentino
3.0.
3.0.
Yeah, drop all your social handles right now, whatever you got.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. So J.O. Valentino 3.0 is my Instagram.
Very good.
VBMJaneo@gmail.com is if people want to get like in touch with Jennifer about modeling things. I think my email is. I know it's already like automatically logged in. I don't like type it, so I don't think about it. JOValentine621@gmail.com. And yeah.
Okay.
But mainly Instagram. If somebody wants to get in touch with me, I am on Instagram. I'll always answer DMs.
Good. Thank you for coming on.
Yay, thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully next time you come on, the AC will be kicking a little better. I got to go back up in the attic. So
I'm really content right now.
Yeah, you're like right under the
okay.
only
I was
working,
I'm good.
You're under the working vent.
Okay.
But yeah, so I want to do more of these. We can do them on location. I could come to you, you know, what have you. But,
okay, yay.
Yeah, anything, whatever.
We need to do a podcast at Collab.
That's what I kind of told you know, John that. I was like, I can bring it. Literally, I can bring all this stuff up there. It's super easy.
Yeah.
You know. And that guy too, I'll bring him.
I know Jennifer on the low. Jennifer wants to do a live show at Collab, so that's on my that's on my list.
I'll drive for y'all. I'll sit in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And if we all kind of like collaborate together.
I love that.
See how that was me being a DJ. I don't know what I'm doing. That's not me. But I'm on the mic. Thank you so much, Josie, for coming, and I wish you all the best.
Yay, thank you.
And thank you for stopping in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.